recusing myself. I sent everybody the CVS contract a while back. We haven't had a contract with CVS in quite a few years. The one we have continues in effect until we change it. The only things I think that were changed were the dates and the amount of monthly payments that we're making to them.
I think it still had, September 20th or something like that in there for when they have to, it always is supposed to be brought to the board in September so we can plan for it in the budget, and I think it still says 20 in there.
Is that like at the end?
I can't remember, it's where they need to, add it to us, I think. Renewal, this agreement will be in effect until December 31st, 2020, so I imagine you want
Yeah,
that
that was,
changed here. And there was some other thing. We can look for it later. RFPs never went out to anybody.
no.
I don't see the other one where they. We can look for it later.
Okay. Does anybody want to make a motion that we sign this? We can,
Also move.
I'll make sure that the second one comes out and make the
I'll
motion.
second.
Okay, I will make sure that the dates are all correct. Oh, I guess that is that Steve's signature one. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The water re-levy, I'm sorry. Not the re-levy, the water, that's the wrong, special assessment was not on the tax bills. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows what we're supposed to do. I have a written request into the controller's office, the county. It was too late because the tax bills were out to redo the 200 tax bills. My question was, and nobody is firmly answering this, can we bill it in in 3 installments for the 3 billing periods that still exist this year? It's about what it was last time, so we're figuring it's about $70, not that much. Or the county suggested we could put it on next year's. Well, that's not gonna help us for this year, because we are gonna have to do the repairs that money was earmarked for, although we would be able to do a loan to the water district if we have to do the repairs. Or,
It was also for the grant, wasn't it?
right,
To cover
it's for the grant and it's for the well repair, and then I have a new expense, but that's minor. We just found out about today. So I'm just letting everybody know, we don't know how it happened, the county doesn't know why, it was in the budget book, but it's not, nonetheless, it didn't get on there. So I sent a written thing to the controller's office asking for a decision on, whether we could put it on the next three, bills this year, break it up. And I don't have anything back yet. I don't know what all of you think, would be a solution to that. I don't think with the shape of the water district that we're gonna be able to not have an assessment next year, so that, and doubling up, I think that would be much harder than paying maybe $20 on each of the next three bills, because it would have been on their tax bill. And they would've hit it.
Did real property say anything about, because it wasn't on the first page of the certification, like underneath where the fire districts are and that type of thing? Isn't that, it wasn't there, and it probably should have been there. That's probably what they go by, instead of being.
Well, she looked and then she did see where it was and said that, yeah. And
Right,
she
it
said
wasn't there.
yeah.
Okay, so we have to remember to do that.
Oh, yeah,
To
definitely.
let Baldwin's make sure it's on there.
Well, in the interest of not hammering people all at once, if it's legal, I would sway towards,
Yeah, spreading
And
it
the
out.
beach
Yeah,
bill.
me also. I mean, they would have paid it in their taxes all at once, but yeah, I think it would be way easier for people to pay it over the three payments.
Can you call comptroller's office?
Well, yeah, you can call, but you leave a message, because they're working, you still get
Oh,
they're
remotely.
working from home, and then nobody's called me back, so then I sent the email to, and still haven't heard back from that either. I was gonna try to call Ed Grant and see if,
Oh, you didn't do him?
No,
would
I
email-
didn't.
I would email him.
okay, I thought that, I didn't know if he, would wanna weigh in on that or not, but at least maybe he can get an answer for us.
It's, district office, so it'd be probably faster.
Okay, that's where we are with that. We'll go on next month. I already talked to David about abandoning the seasonal road. It's 1 mile, and he's working on that. And sale of the bus garage.
Sale of the bus garage. When would you like to close?
Tomorrow? We need an offer first.
Can we pick another day?
Yeah.
Did everybody get the proposed resolution?
yes.
Okay. There's one change that I would like to make. Down in number 2, where it says a notice requesting sealed bids be published in the official newspaper of the town of Cohocton, requiring all bids received by the Cohocton town clerk no later than 5 p.m. on blank. And I'd like the board to set a reasonable date by which bids would be received. But then I would add another sentence to that paragraph saying that the sealed bids will be opened by the town board at its next regular meeting, so that people who are interested in purchasing will know when their bids will be opened, and they can attend the meeting and see what's happened.
So what kind of timeframe do you usually give?
I'm sorry?
Can you give them like the night before our board meeting, or do you, right?
I couldn't hear your question,
It can
sorry.
be the night before the board meeting, right, is to, that they're due by, and then you open them
At the meeting.
at the meeting,
You could do that.
all right, and March,
2 days before, just in case.
mail is slow. They gotta be received, you said, or postmarked?
Well, received,
Received, okay.
but you can mail them or you can drop them off.
Yeah.
So our meeting, next meeting,
The 15th.
15th of March?
Meeting's the 16th,
Okay,
if I'm in the right year.
you are.
The meeting's the 16th, so they'd
Right.
have to be in by the 15th.
Yep.
By what day, please?
March 15th.
March 15th,
15th?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
Now, subject to a permissive referendum.
Yep.
Explain that?
Yep. This is a requirement by section 64, or of section 64 of the town law, which says that the sale of real property by a town is subject to a permissive referendum. What that means is, the resolution, if the board adopts it tonight, will not be effective for 30 days. That gives people in the town the opportunity to circulate and file a petition with the town clerk requesting that the resolution authorizing the sale be put up for a vote of the public at either a special election or the next general election, depending on when the petition is filed. Prior to that, or immediately after the adoption of the resolution, the town clerk has to prepare an abstract of the resolution, and it has to be published in the town's official newspaper and posted at 4 or 5 locations around the town. Town's bulletin board, library, post office, village clerk's office, and if possible, put on the town's website. And assuming the resolution is adopted tonight, folks would have 30 days from today in which to file that petition. If no petition is filed, then the resolution becomes effective and the town can proceed with the sale. Now, I would suggest that during that 30-day period, the town submit its request for bids, and we'd be just about at the end of the 30 days by March 15th anyway.
No, the 16th would be 28 days.
Right, it's a short
It's 4
month.
weeks.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
So the 18th would be 30 days.
So that's why I was wondering, can we even have it until, the opening until April then, correct? Just in case?
You can, that's what I would suggest, you solicit bids and you open them, but everybody is gonna know, because that's gonna be part of the abstract that gets published, that the effectiveness of the transfer is gonna be subject to the results of a permissive referendum.
Okay.
So they know ahead of time that we're gonna have to wait a minimum of 30 days. But during that 30-day period, it would be my suggestion to take the bids, and just hold on to them, and then open them on the 15th. But you'd still have to wait 3 or 4 or 5 days before you could actually proceed. And then I've got a lot of conditions down in paragraph 4. The terms of the sale, which would describe what the town is willing to do, what the terms of the sale are, cash payment. Town won't provide an abstract of title or an instrument survey. Of principal importance is the town is not gonna provide an environmental assessment study of the property, and is not gonna make any warranties as to the environmental condition or the suitability of the property. It being a bus garage or former bus garage, who knows what got dumped out in the soil in the backyard. And the town does not want to be responsible in any way for any kind of a cleanup. If the purchaser wants an environmental assessment, which can be rather expensive, then the purchaser can provide that on his own or her own expense. And the purchaser would have to submit a written purchase offer which would contain all of these conditions in paragraph 4. Town will convey marketable title, and the closing will occur 30 days after the town accepts the purchase offer.
Is there, I'm not seeing anything in here of a minimum bid or anything like that, right?
Number 7.
Let's see it.
Well, the
It
town,
just says we reserve the right to reject any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Any
it.
and all.
All right.
Second
Yep,
page.
I see it.
And what is the abstract that the clerk has to prepare, and that's what the advertisement is? Is that what you'll do that?
I can help with that, yeah.
Okay.
Are you, when are you in your office, Tana?
9 to 3, Monday through Friday.
How's tomorrow morning at 9:15?
That works?
That works?
Yep.
Okay. Then we'll do an abstract, and then you can get it to the official newspaper and run off some copies and post them,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you.
We need a motion to, what should the motion say? To run the advertisement, to accept sealed bids for the,
Could I jump in?
oh, yeah.
Just somebody would offer the resolution to sell the bus garage property as amended, because I didn't, in the typed version, I didn't include when the bids were gonna be opened. But that should go in there as an amendment.
I'll move that we advertise sealed bids for the bus garage and include the amendments in the motion and in the advertisement.
So your motion is to adopt the resolution to sell the bus garage,
Yes.
okay?
There we go.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Should we have,
Third?
should we have in that motion the date we want them received back in?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Just, should we make sure the motion states the date for the sealed bids to be in by?
Yes, March 15th.
I'm just making sure, it wasn't part of the motion, but as long as it's part of the paperwork.
Yep.
Who was that seconded by?
Me.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
What's Mark doing with his police cars if this happens? Mark?
Well, that we're gonna have to discuss.
I guess we'll decide that when it happens.
Hopefully the sale will provide us with some alternatives of some nice buildings around here or a nice little garage.
I like it. It keeps the cars in and out of the weather. It's 50 degrees in there, the computers don't, like it's good for the computers to stay at least halfway warm. But, like if the town doesn't want it, they don't want it,
See what Richie's got down there. They had that concrete building in the back. When we looked at it, there was space in there. Just check with them, just see what there might be, if anything down there.
There's a lot of ambulance equipment in there also that